Hi, my name is Faizan Wahid Khan and my ID is APS3120. Our group number is 24 and we will be presenting on the topic cross-cultural diversity with people as issues in the globalization.
Hi, my name is Razak Hussain Mohammad and my student number is PFEC 3042.
Hi, my name is Mohammad Hassan. Student ID is SPF2084.
Hi, my name is Syed Nawaz Hussain Nahwi and my student ID is CX3233.
Hi, my name is Mohammad Fawaz Qureshi and my student ID is HKC3018.
Hi, I'll be giving the introduction to a topic. Now, proceeding with the topic, we first need to know what globalization actually is and how it is operating across the globe. One should know that globalization is now operating on a very large scale and across the entire planet. There are many factors that contribute towards globalization, but we should also know that there are many factors that affect and appear as a barrier to global business as well. And the major one of them is cross-cultural diversity. Cross-cultural diversity can be defined as the exchange of businesses and employees that provide the initiative to multicultural organizations all around the world, where employees from different backgrounds, cultures, and countries are working under the same roof and same environment. Managers in such organizations need to be very careful and they need to be very culturally sensitive and neutral in order to avoid cultural differences and misunderstandings, as there are various employees that come from various backgrounds and they have their own set of mentalities. The manager needs to be very careful in how he needs to interact and deal with these employees in order to make the best out of them and to motivate them towards the workplace as well. One of the persons who actually did the major work towards this topic was Hofstede. He was a social psychologist born in 2nd October 1928. He was a professor at an organizational anthropology, and he was a master in international management as well. He gave out groundbreaking research work towards the complex framework of cultural dimensional theory, in which he also portrayed 6 dimensions and 6 factors of the culture that form together in how a person will interact. Now, managers can necessarily be from other areas as well, especially they can be from expatriate countries as well. There are issues that can be faced by such managers, and these issues can likely be like cultural misunderstanding, communicating with the employees and coping up with the strategies, an intolerant working environment, lack of respect from the co-workers, lack of understanding between people for the expatriate workers with them, and rigid and inflexible attitude. All of these problems can be faced by any manager who has come from a different background and who has difficulty coping up with the actual environment. However, luckily there are solutions to such problems, and there are methods that can be utilized to resolve such problems, such as coaching, learning projects, formal training, workshops, and seminars. All of these techniques can be used together to resolve any issues that are being faced by the expatriate managers. Now I would like to invite my fellow classmate to proceed further with the next topic. Thank you.
I will be talking about successful international managers. A manager, in order to be successful, need to be able to organize the fractionate and departments, plans, the operating before performing them, controls the employee accordingly, and lead their companies and departments. And skill required to be a successful manager, such as overseas experience, deep self-awareness, sensitivity to cultural diversity, and humility, lifelong curiosity, and well-spoken, and good negotiation and presence. Skill required to manage across cultural teams, such as controlling, leading, and organizing, supervising, and cultural and awareness. Thank you. Next will be continued by my next group mate. Thank you.
Hi, I will be speaking about the multivariate concept. Multivariate analysis encompasses clear and deep observation of more than one statistical outcome inconstant at a time, and is grounded on the statistical standard of multivariate statistics. These techniques is used to perform trait studies across different magnitudes in design and analysis while taking into consideration and concern effects of all the variable on the responses of interest. Now speaking about the impact of multivariate on recruitment of managers. The more the technology level has the impact on the business of the country functioning globally, the more their recruitment of international managers will be sophisticatedly and carefully. The development countries have the results showing lesser impact of the technology on the global business of the country. So the recruitment will be easier as large number of workers or managers would be employed, as these firms would be labor oriented rather than technology oriented. Thank you, and my next filament will be continuing from here. Thanks a lot.
I'm explaining about the acculturation issues faced by the managers in a global environment. Acculturation issues are the core matters to deal with the experience that are the reason why they're provided with the cross-culture training, which is extensive time-consuming training. All of these leads to the culture shock. This is also known as culture ambiguity. Firstly, stress. Employees firstly take as much stress about adapting to the new environment and how to interact with the people. The sense of loss, as the employees moves into the new country, has to earn the same level of dignity and respect or she earned in his home country. Thirdly, the confusion. A person becomes doubtful about his importance and his value in the society and the business. And lastly, the powerlessness. It feel like they don't have enough power to deal with the different cultures. Next slide is what are the issues faced by the reprobates. Firstly, the reverse culture shock. After settling in new culture, suddenly coming back to the home country, the expats feels too disturbed to adjust back to their own culture. Secondly, political and socio-economic changes. Explain how to have to again work and earn a sufficient amount to incur the cost of living, law and order services and public utilities. Thirdly, the review of the financial planning. It explores how to plan and earn according to the new taxation rules, investment and pensions for the sake of the fulfillment of the lastly national insurance. And lastly, the expats have some common expectations that are social, family related, but at the same point they are overwhelmed while some down following other those expectations. So this is from my side, and now I would like to invite my next class member for further topic. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm here to give you the conclusion. Well, in the last 20 years, the topic of cross-cultural challenges in the international business management has been followed keenly. Stagnation, failure of joint ventures has been very common in the years on account of management's inability to recognition and consider the cross-cultural issues and challenges. There has been cases companies have compulsory training on cultural management, acculturation program for the employees, and to make sure that they are well prepared to meet the cultural challenges in the society and can settle down quickly as they can to the cases in the early years. There have been many examples, cases from the business sector that demonstrate how poor and inefficient communication can lead to irrational decisions and leading skill with the lack of planning. Thus, it is revitalized that the impact of globalization is prominent and imperative on cross-cultural communication needs managers and leaders to be more proficient and versatile. Thank you so much. Thanks for listening to our presentation.